Welcome back to the show. We've been huffing some paint and having a good time. Joining me here is a graphic artist and illustrator, Victod Hugo Aldrette. Good to make your acquaintances. So tell the folks at home, what kind of artwork do you do there?
I tend to do more comic book illustration. The stuff that I loved to do when I was a kid. Should I just talk
Oh, no, it's fine.
Can you hear me?
Just act natural, sure.
So it was when I was a kid, I loved the superhero stuff. The Batman, the Spider-Man, the Star Wars, all that kind of stuff. And so I realized that that's kind of where I had the most fun when I was a kid, and then in my teenage years. And then I left the artwork business for a bit after high school, and just went out, started working. Realized that the only thing that I really wanted to do is draw, just like I did when I was a little kid. So here I am again, taking a second shot at life as an artist this time around.
So you do the drawing and you do the painting and just stuff like that?
I do it from start to finish, from sketches to layouts to pencils to inks to paints, you know, whatever it is, from full start illustration to the end. I like to have total control and what I see in my head, have that as much as that splat onto the canvas.
Total control, I'm completely in favor of it.
Yes.
I have to say, I'm a big fan of total control. Do you get like, you do anatomy?
Anatomy, yes,
I
absolutely.
do anatomy too, I take them apart. You ever get the nude models?
Oh, yeah.
You get the naked ladies in there? You get to look at their boobies?
Some bad, no, some not so good.
So tell me about this first piece we are looking at over here.
Well, this first piece is a cover page to a story that I'm writing, a whole world and character storyline that I've got spinning. This one's called Yo Soy la Muerte. It's this main character who is an evil, evil man and is somehow placed in a situation where he has to choose to save his own life or the life of many. And this illustration right here is kind of representation of him being wanted by hell to be the dark angel of the apocalypse.
This is not like the Mad magazine.
Oh, it's dark, baby. It's dark.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm just not seeing what's so funny about this.
It's good and gory, and that's the kind of stuff that I like, you know, stuff that's gritty, it's in your face, you know, that's provocative, I guess. And you know, and that goes for visuals and as well as storytelling.
Excellent. Well, let's look at some more here. Oh, tell me about this one.
In this one here, this one's called Attack of the Killer Geishas. Just a project, a drawing I did for fun. And in this one, you might actually see more of my influences in the comic book world, the stuff that I grew up on, the Jim Lee. You know, stuff from the 90s, the McFarlane, and that whole art of comic book school from the late 80s and 90s is the stuff that I think has really influenced mostly my line working style. You know, Frazetta in the way he has those dramatic and romantic kind of compositions.
You do all this stuff, how do you have the time? Do you have a job?
No, I don't have a job, actually.
As a scientist, I have to say I'm really in favor of a lot of the new technologies that's coming out. It just blows my mind, frankly. But I also like the old school stuff, you know, the paints and things like that, just because of the fumes. What do you prefer? I mean, you do both.
I do both. I prefer to have the traditional stuff, the actual pencil on paper, the canvas, a brush on canvas. But in this world today, you've got to be able to work in everything. You've got to work digital, and a lot of the pieces here that you've seen actually have been painted in digital because it's just, some would say in the professional business, it's the fastest way to work, probably maybe the cleanest way, I don't know. I love the traditional stuff though. It's just fun. It's just fun stuff to work.
Tell the folks at home where they can see more of your stuff.
You can contact me for any illustrative work or to see more of my artwork at valdrette@yahoo.com.
Yahoo!